Sharkie Gamer here. So today we're going to take a look at the Super Mario mouse set. So these sets are made by Tato and they are available from Japan. Now what they come with is basically a mouse pad as well as a turtle shell shaped mouse. Now I've got both the green version as well as the orange version. So we're taking a look at both of these today. Now because the boxes are pretty much identical, we'll just look at the box of one of them and then we'll unbox both of them. So first let's start with this one over here. So the front of the box is pretty plain, it's just got plain red. You have some Japanese up the top there. And of course it has a display window that shows you the mouse pad as well as a turtle shell mouse. Down here it says Super Mario mouse set, and of course you've got Mario carrying a turtle shell. Taking it over onto its side, same sort of stuff, Super Mario mouse set and Mario carrying a turtle shell. On the other side it's the same sort of logo, but of course here you've got Mario and Luigi. On the back of the box it shows you the two different variations, so it shows you the green one as well as the orange one, and has a bunch of information here all in Japanese. That's the top and that's the bottom. So nothing really much else in that, and the other box, like I said, is absolutely identical in every way. So now that we know what the box looks like, let's have a look inside at the contents. So I'll just unbox both of them and then we'll have a look at the masks themselves. Now with both of these you do get a little document here, and just basically shows you how to plug it in and points out where your right and left click, your scroll wheel, etc. is. So it's very basic. So just a basic set of instructions that both of them come with. Okay, so we've got the orange version this side, and then we've got the green version this side. So these are the two masks. So firstly we'll start with the green one. Actually what we'll start with is the USB on both of them. It's both exactly the same. This is a standard USB cable there, it's colored white, just a really standard one, really thin cable. It's not a very long cable, but it should be long enough if you're using this on the PC. And of course both of them come with mouse mats as well. And both the mats are exactly the same. They've got Mario carrying the turtle shell, and these are kind of just soft mats. They've got like a rubber underneath them there. And of course it's branded Tato there as well. And there's Mario. Says licensed by Nintendo down there. Don't know if I can get that in better focus. Licensed by Nintendo. So it's got a cool image there, Mario. It's got Super Mario up the top there, holding a turtle shell. And that's the same on both mats. So they're pretty standard. I mean, these probably will peel after some time of use if you're using them. But they are pretty standard mats and they should get the job done if you just wanted a basic mat. Now the actual turtle shell masks themselves. They look identical except for the color. And they essentially just look like turtle shells just from the game. So they've designed them so that they do look like shells. Now how you actually use them, on the top there, it's pretty obvious with the scroll wheel. You can just use it as a normal scroll wheel. It does click down as well. And the clicks are actually there. So there's your left click, your right click, and your left click. And I will say with these ones, to get those clicks right when you're actually doing it, when you're actually holding it like this, can be a little bit difficult. You got to find the right position to actually click down. Same sort of thing with this one. Scroll wheel, and you're clicking. I find the left click on this one doesn't seem to be as responsive as the green one. It could just be the one I got. Now the detail on both of these is really nice. You can see the nice kind of turtle shell design on the top there. You've got the rim just around here, looks pretty cool. And same with the base. Got some very nice texture going on. It does have some nice feet there. Both of them are branded Super Mario underneath, and they both say Tato underneath there as well. And of course, in the center is your sensors. Now, using them. So if you bought one of these and you kind of want to use it as an everyday mouse, well, you'll probably have a little bit of problems. Like, first up, you can move it pretty easily. The sensor does work pretty nicely, but it's so small that when you're trying to hold it and use it, it's sometimes so hard to know how to even hold the thing. Sometimes I hold it by the edge of it, like the rim there, the white rim, and do this to test it out. So it's essentially like that. It's so tiny, like it fits into the palm of my hand. It's really a small mouse, so it's not the most comfortable thing to use, not in the slightest bit at all. And you have to get used to clicking on those as well, because they don't click down, they click more like an angle. I don't know if you can see that. So they're more of a novelty item. They're not really made to be used by many people. I'm sure some kids might like it and might end up using it, but in general it's not really made to be used like as a gaming mouse, for instance. They're really standard mice. They're more of a novelty item than anything else. Maybe a bit of a Nintendo collectible if you're a fan of Super Mario, or if you're a fan of Nintendo characters and you like collecting Nintendo stuff, then probably this is something to collect rather than to use. But again, they're just really tiny. It's really hard to actually want to use these at all. So they're not the best mouse to use at all. I wouldn't even recommend trying to use these unless you're really die hard and you really want a turtle shell mouse, because they're not going to be the most effective mice to use, and definitely not the most comfortable. Your hand will be like this after just a short time of using it. So definitely not the most ergonomic or anything mouse possible. Very cool though. It's very collectible. It's a pretty cool thing to add to your collection, especially if you're a Nintendo fan, fan of Super Mario, fan of Mario. That's all cool. But in terms of using it, probably not recommended. Now, one cool thing I will mention: when you plug them in, the light from the sensor itself tends to shine through the shell. So when you plug them in like this, it actually shines through there. I don't know if you can see that. When you move it around, it shines through. I don't know, it looks pretty cool to me. So they've actually built it so the sensor, when you're actually moving it, it lights up slightly. So that's the orange one. Now the green one, you can't see it as much. More lights up here. So the green one doesn't seem to light up as much because the orange is obviously a little bit more transparent than the green. Green's a bit too much of a solid color for it to really see it, but you can see in the actual round area there, you can see it in the white. See it light up there. So it's a pretty little cool thing. I mean, the orange one looks better when it lights up, but I do like the green one's color better. So it's just a little side thing there, but otherwise these are just more of a collectible than actually something to use on a regular basis. I wouldn't recommend using them at all. They're not gaming mice by any means. They are just collectibles, novelties, or maybe something you can give to your kids. but other than that, they're probably not worth actually using on a regular basis. Now with cost, you do see them fairly regularly at the moment on eBay, but you still pay quite a bit. I mean, you're paying about, on average about $20 to $30 per mouse, so that's for the mouse pad and the mouse, and they're about each that. So they are pretty expensive for what they are. Really, I guess if you're paying that much for it, you're kind of just buying it for its collector's value, because you probably find these will start to get rarer a little bit later on, when they start being as common as they are now, because they fairly recently released, sort of thing. And of course most people are buying them because they're Mario and they're turtle shells, so they are a bit of a novelty factor. There's no value in terms of using them either, so if you think, oh that's cool, I should use it as an everyday basis, don't save the $30 and buy just another generic mouse, maybe something from Logitech or something, and use that instead. This is just definitely for collector's value, bit of novelty, or maybe something that kids can play with if the kids are Nintendo or Mario fans or something like that. But otherwise, they are pretty cool. They are a very unique design, very interesting to have a turtle shell mouse. And I have to admit, they did take some care into making it look pretty cool in terms of its visual look. But you guys, thanks for watching. That was the Super Mario mouse set, both the green and the orange versions. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll have heaps more gaming controller and accessory videos up very shortly. If you like this video, hit that like button, really helps out a lot, guys. And as always, feel free to leave a comment down below if you want to. And of course, share this video as that helps spread my video around. Anyway guys, thanks for watching.